Watch the untold story of Al Harper, the hero you never knew in a world filled with superheroes, cosmic beings, and unimaginable power. One man, a scientist, a black hero, gave his life for Earth, and no one ever knew. This is the story of Al B. Harper, a name forgotten by history but whose sacrifice saved billions. He didn't have powers. He didn't wear a cape. Yet, when faced with the ultimate decision, he chose to give everything, his life, for a world that would never celebrate him. While others sought glory, Harper sought only to do what was right, with no hope for recognition, no promise of fame. Al Harper is the hero we need to remember. Why has his story been lost? Why does the world remain oblivious to this ultimate act of selflessness? Now is the time to discover his legacy. This isn't just a story from the pages of a comic book. It's a story about the value of courage, about how one man's anonymous sacrifice can change the fate of the entire planet. Watch the video and honor Al B. Harper, the man who stood between Earth and destruction. It's time his name is finally spoken, his legacy recognized. Join us now. Learn the story. Pay tribute to a forgotten hero. Al B. Harper, the unsung hero who saved Earth in the late 1960s. Amidst the cosmic struggles of the Marvel Universe, a quiet, unassuming hero emerged, one whose sacrifice would remain known to only one other being in the cosmos. His name was Al B. Harper, a black scientist whose intellect was as profound as his courage. Created by the legendary Stan Lee and illustrated by the masterful John Buscema, Harper made his tragic debut in Silver Surfer number 5. A story that would etch his name into the hearts of those who recognized the weight of his sacrifice. Harper wasn't a superhero. He didn't wear a cape, nor did he possess cosmic powers. He was just a man, an intelligent, compassionate man, determined to save the world from an imminent catastrophe. But isn't that what true heroes are made of? In a world filled with gods and monsters, Harper stood among them with nothing but his intellect and a heart so brave that he was willing to die for a world that would never know his name. In his brief, poignant story, Harper joins forces with the Silver Surfer, a being whose cosmic plight often leaves him lamenting the ignorance and cruelty of mankind. Together, they sought to stop the Stranger, a cosmic entity intent on annihilating Earth. The Silver Surfer had power beyond comprehension, yet it was Harper's selfless act that ultimately saved the planet. As they struggled to disable a deadly device, Harper realized that the only way to stop it was to sacrifice himself. Without hesitation, he made the choice that would end his life but save the entire world. Think about that for a moment. Al Harper wasn't driven by glory, nor was he motivated by fame or recognition. In the darkest hour, when the fate of billions hung in the balance, he chose to lay down his life in complete anonymity. His heroism wasn't broadcasted to the world. He wasn't hailed as a savior. The world kept spinning, oblivious to the man who had just saved it. The only witness to this immense act of bravery was the Silver Surfer, a being often jaded by the frailty and selfishness of mankind. In Harper, he saw something different. He saw purity. He saw selflessness. He saw the kind of heroism that transcends superpowers, a heroism rooted in the very essence of what it means to care for others. And in honor of this forgotten hero, the Surfer ignited an eternal flame at the sight of Harper's death, a small but powerful tribute to the man who gave everything for a world that would never know his name. Imagine living in a world where heroes are celebrated with monuments, parades, and statues, yet Al B. Harper, a black scientist who saved the Earth, has no such recognition. His story remains tucked away in the corners of comic book history, a forgotten gem. In a time when the civil rights movement was in full swing, and the struggle for black voices to be heard was a fight in itself, Harper's story becomes even more profound. Here was a black man who saved the world, and yet his legacy exists in the shadow of those who never knew of his sacrifice. Isn't that the story of so many real-life heroes throughout history? In Marvel's vast universe, gods, mutants, and cosmic beings clash across galaxies. Yet Al Harper's story resonates in a way that few others do because it is grounded in the real and raw truth of what it means to give without expecting anything in return. His life and death echo the countless sacrifices made by those whose names are lost to history, whose contributions were overshadowed or ignored, but whose impacts changed the world nonetheless. Harper's story is not just about a man who saved the world. It's about the value of a single life, the immense power one person holds when they choose to act for the greater good. It's about the unsung heroes, the ones who will never receive accolades or fame, but whose actions ripple through the fabric of the universe. As you read this, ask yourself, how many Al Harpers are there in the real world? How many sacrifices have been made in silence, without recognition? How many lives have been saved because of the bravery of those we will never know? Harper, the scientist who gave his life for Earth, may not have a monument in our world, but in the hearts of those who read his story, his flame burns eternal, just as the Silver Surfer intended. Harper is a reminder that true heroism doesn't come with fanfare. It comes with sacrifice, with courage, and with the willingness to lay everything on the line, even when the world will never know your name. And so, as the flame continues to burn in the Marvel Universe, let us remember Harper, a man who stood shoulder to shoulder with gods and cosmic entities and proved that even the smallest of us can make the biggest difference. Thank you for watching this incredible, yet little-known story of Al Harper, the unsung hero of Marvel Comics. His sacrifice was monumental, but like so many black heroes, his name has faded into the shadows of history. But you can help change that. If this story moved you, if you believe in the power of untold legacies, then hit that subscribe button and become part of our growing community at Black People in Comics. Don't forget to leave your like and drop a comment with your thoughts. Your voice matters. Share this video with your friends and let them know about the stories that need to be told. And most importantly, don't forget to activate the notification bell so you never miss out on another story of Black excellence in the comic book world. Together, we can give these heroes the recognition they deserve. Your support is what keeps these stories alive.